Hi, welcome to Space Learner Academy. Mr. Kolosalo Tetayo. And namhlanje sizobe senza electric circuits. This is video number 2. If kawubukela video number 1, feel free to go back uyobukela video number 1 before ubukele le video. So that is always a sense because this is a series of videos. So ukuze ubukela video number 2 ends sense, watch video number 1 first. Uba ngabani ubukele le video, I'm assuming that you're doing grade 11, grade 12 okanye wenza grade 10. Okay, benditheke kula previous video, video number 2 ndizabe ndithetha nge-voltage. Thetha nge-voltage, uba yintoni i-voltage, why do we need voltage? I think bendike ndakukwenzela nje i-hint uba xa kuthethwa nge-voltage kuthethwa ngantoni. Bendithe previously xa uthetha nge-voltage uthetha nge-force that is needed to push i-electron from one point to another point. So it means if you want to push this electron from point A to point B, you need some voltage, you need some force or some energy. Okay, so the energy is ibizwa voltage. This energy that is needed to push this electron from this point to this point is called voltage. Hopefully you've part iyayenza sense. Okay, but there is a formal definition esiyisebenzisayo kwi-exams. Kuzothiwa define the term voltage. What is voltage? Voltage is the work done per unit charge. It is as simple as that. It's the work done per unit charge. In other words, in terms of a formula, voltage is the work done per means divide, per unit charge. So the formula, I hope mhlawumbi oko wayibona, now it makes sense bisukapi. It defines voltage as being the work done per unit charge. But you would still want to understand, mhlawumbi let's say you understand still lento, you're trying to make sense, but it is the work per unit charge. So in simple terms, it is the amount of energy, because work is energy, measured in joules. It is the amount of energy that is needed to push 1 coulomb of charge. So now ke ngoku uphinde ube nenye challenge ke ngoba what is 1 coulomb? What is charge? What is 1 coulomb of charge? Okay, besithemos in the previous video. We have a copper wire. Inside a copper wire, there are free moving electrons. Call them free electrons. Okay. Now, ndathi kuwe ukuze ezi electrons move in one direction, it means ziye mhlawumbi to the right okanye move upwards relative to this conductor okanye to this copper wire. Stay copper wire mos video number 1 le. Copper wire. So ndathi kuwe ukuze ezi electrons move kwi-direction A1, you need voltage. You need voltage. What is voltage? It's this energy or yes, this force that is needed to push 1 coulomb of charge. Now ke ngoku nantsi question ozibuza yona. What is 1 coulomb? What is 1 coulomb of charge? Coulomb of charge. Okay. What is 1 coulomb of charge? Okay, scientists, when they were dealing with electricity, they realized, no man, it's insane that uba sawuthetha ngee-electrons ubana xa kumuve ii-electrons eziyi-5 okanye ii-electrons, xa sithetha nge-electricity sithi it's the flow of electrons. Well, how many electrons? So scientists decided that okanye mandithethi ngu-coulomb, they decided that ii-electrons 6,02 times 10 to the power 18 electrons. These are trillions and trillions of electrons. Ne? So they grouped as electrons. Baye bagroupisha electrons ezingaka, ne? Which is 6,02 times 10 to the power positive 18 electrons. But as electrons, xa bezibiza zile group of electrons, but it's 1 coulomb of charge. So ngamanye amazwi, 1 coulomb of charge is just a group of electrons. It's as simple as that. So masiphinde sibuyele kule definition yethu. Kuthiwa i-voltage In simple terms, it is the amount of energy that is needed to push 1 coulomb of charge. Ngamanye amazwi, it is the amount of energy to push a group of electrons. Wow, it's that simple. I-energy okanye i-force oyidingayo to push some group of electrons, it is called a voltage. So voltage is the amount of energy needed to push this group of electrons. Let's say the group of electrons is forming 1 coulomb. So xa ufuna move these groups of electrons to the right, it means you need some voltage. Or you will be using voltage okanye, yes, you will be using voltage. So I hope it makes sense nento ka-voltage uba yintoni. Voltage is the amount of energy oyidingayo upusha so that uzokwazi upusha ntoni ii-electrons uzisuse from one point to another, because isithemo sombane is the flow of electrons, and ukuze flow ii-electrons you need voltage. So voltage is the amount of is the energy that is needed to push as a group of electrons. So it's simple. I hope it makes sense. Masithi ke ngoku senze diagram to even try to explain even further. Let us say a bulb up. Okay, let's say yes. How am I going to draw this bulb? Okay, let me try to make it as complex. I think I'll be complex. I'll call it a bit simple. That's a bulb. Yeah, a bulb globe. You have a bulb. You have conductors, copper wires, amachiko wako nanga. And this bulb is connected to a battery. Call this a battery. Okay, marker pen sometimes it misbehaves. This is a battery. Okay, we connect this conductor or these conductors to the terminals of a battery. Let's call the terminal ngoba positive terminal and this side negative terminal. Mamele ke ngoku mntase ne. Into eyenzekayo ne. Sithemos inside copper wire, meaning apha kule conductor le. There are free moving electrons. There are electrons, nazo electrons. Also this side, there are electrons. Now, uba ngabana ndiconnecte le bulb, this bulb, kweli battery, into ezokwenzekayo, this bulb will glow, izawulight. Now uzibuza umbuzo ke ngokubana how, why, iglowelani, kutheni, kwenzeke ntoni? Okay. In order to answer that, into eyenzekayo mos, sithe mos electrons, they will flow from this side, zihambe, zii-electrons ezi. So this is an electron flow. Naku ke ngomnye umbuzo ozibuza wona. Why zingaflow kweli cala electrons? Why zingasuki ngapha ku-positive terminal ziye ngapha? Okay, we have to understand that i-battery lenziwe njani. We need to first understand uba i-battery lenziwe njani. I-battery kwi-positive terminal, it means line-positive charges ezininzi. High number of positive charges. And i-negative terminal ye-battery ine-negative charges. It means ine-electrons ezininzi. Kwi-negative terminal, it means licala le-battery eline-negative charges, meaning line-electrons. Eli cala li-positive kwi-battery yakho, it means line-positive charges, which is, you can call them protons if uyafuna. And this side is filled with electrons. So it makes sense ke ngokuba ngabana ii-electrons zisuke kwi-negative terminal ziye phi kwi-positive terminal. Zohamba kanje ezi-electrons, ziyaphi? They want to reach the positive terminal. Zii-electrons ezi ziyaphi kwi-positive terminal. Mamela ke ngoku. Zamane zithi mamela ke. So into eyenzekayo, ezi electrons njengoba ziflowa around i-circuit zisiza kwi-positive terminal, usenophinda uzibuza uba why is flow? It's because besithemos ku-Coulomb's law. If awukambukela u-Coulomb's law, you can watch a video about u-Coulomb's law sendiyipostile apha ku-channel yam. We know that a positive charge is attracted kwintoni, kwi-negative charge. So uba ngabani electron it can feel some presence of a positive charge, it will want to move from one point, from the point up of negative iye ku-positive terminal. That's the behavior of the electricity. Charges, or the behavior of the charges, it negative charge is attracted to ntoni, i-positive charge ne i-create why i-attractwa ngintoni ngu-coulombs law okanye electrostatic force. That's what I'm trying to say, uncertainty, because I'm trying to make le nto ibe simple. Okay, ndithi apha we have an electron and a proton. Now the electron is attracted kwi-proton ne okanye kwi-positive charge ngenxa ye-force eyifilayo ekuthiwa yi-electrostatic force. Now that's why ke ngoku apha ebhetrini lakho uzofumaniseka uba kukhona ii-electrons eziflowayo zisiya kwintoni, kwi-positive terminal, because ezi electrons zifila i-force from i-positive terminal. Bukele ke ngoku, the same positive charges nazo zine-force eziyifilayo, niyayibona, zifila i-force because of intoni, ii-negative charges. So kukhona ii-protons which is positive charges eziya ngaphaya kwintoni, kwi-negative terminal, as positive charges ziya kwi-negative terminal. I hope it makes sense yona. Now ezi charges xa zimuva zisiya kwi-negative terminal zona siyibiza ngoba laa nto yi-conventional current, conventional current. Ngamanye amazwi i-conventional current yintoni? It's the flow of electrons, sorry, i-positive charges ziyaphi ezi positive charges? Ziya kwi-negative terminal of the battery. This flow from i-positive terminal to i-negative terminal, we call it conventional current. I-conventional current yile siyisebenzisayo kwi-electric circuits. But ii-electrons zona ziflowa from i-negative terminal to the positive terminal of the battery. We don't use electron flow. We call this electron flow, leyo electrons ezisuka from i-negative terminal ziye ku-positive. Asisebenzisi ke kwi-electric circuits, we use conventional current. Ngamanye amazwi we assume that umbane uqala kwi-positive terminal uye kwi-negative terminal of the battery. Mamele ke ngoku, besawuthetha ngalaa nto uba why does it glow? Now that we understand ubana ii-electrons zisuka kwi-negative terminal ziye kwi-positive terminal ye-battery, then i-protons, which is i-positive charges, zisuka kwi-positive terminal of the battery ziye kwi-negative terminal ye-battery. Now ke ngoku umbuzo esinozibuza wona, how does the bulb glow? Ilayita njani okanye ilayitiswa yintoni le bulb yethu? Okay, let's try to clear up i-diagram yethu so that ibe clean le nto yethu. If kukhona ipart ubungekayivi phaya kule part endiyicikayo ngoku, just feel free to watch le video uphinde uyiqalele if ikhona ipart ongayivanga before. Ndithi apha ne, kweli cala ii-electrons zisuka kwinto, sorry, ii-protons okanye ii-positive charges. Umbane, that is the conventional current, usuka kwi-positive terminal to the negative terminal of i-battery. Sithi lena xa siyibiza is conventional current, yile siyisebenzisayo ke kwi-electric circuit. Ngamanye amazwi kwi-electric circuits we always assume uba umbane usuka kwi-positive terminal ye-battery. Please note that yonke into endiyenzayo apha andilokhanga, it's not like ndibhod andixakwe yinto yothetha. It's useful, it's important yonke into endiyithethayo apha. Ndithi i-conventional current esiyisebenzisayo kwi-electric circuits, ne? But i-electron flow is the flow of i-electrons from i-positive terminal zisiya from i-negative terminal zisiya kwintoni, kwi-positive terminal. Why is this? Because they are feeling some force, the electrostatic force. They are feeling a force ziza ngapha kwi-positive terminal. Then the same thing yenzeka kwintoni, kwi-positive terminal ziya ii-electrons ngaphaya ziya kwi-negative terminal, and that's conventional current, le siyisebenzisa kwi-electric circuits. So why as electrons, unonongozibuza yona, why as electrons zingasuki from this side ziye ngapha? It's because they are separated, they cannot flow. Azikwazi uinterfere ii-electrons zisuke kweli cala zize ngapha without moving through i-conductor okanye through i-copper wire. Ngamanye amazwi ukuze ezi charges ziflowe, they have to flow through this conductor. It's like amanzi. If you can assume that eli bhetri lakho litanki, a tank of water there, and then this is water flows from el cala, which is the positive terminal, to the negative terminal. Assume uba ngabana i-copper wire yakho, it is a pipe of water, ne? So it means that as electrons okanye as charges these charges will flow zizawudlula kule bulb zingene apha zifike zihambe zigqithe. But yonke le nto yenzeka at a very high speed, like a very, very high speed. The speed is cool, great speed, meaning the speed of light. So loo nto ibangele ke ngoku ukuba ngabana le bulb yakho iglowe. Because apha ibhalbhu yakho nayo inee-electrons zayo nee-protons zayo, ineyenzekayo xa kudlula ezi electrons apha kule bulb kukreyitheka into ekuthiwa yi-friction. There is friction eyenzekayo apha, friction. Ukungqubana kweza positive charges neza negative charges. Xa zingqubana apha, they create ubushushu, that is heat. So it means heat is created. Heat is created. Xa ngaba nezi electrons zidlula apha okanye ii-charges zidlula kule bulb yakho, heat is created. Then la heat grows to become light. So this heat is changed to what? To light. So ukuze ilayite le bulb, there must be friction ecreatekayo apha. So the reason why ilight ibulb, it's because of i-friction of ezi charges zigqithayo kule bulb zisiya phi? Zisiya kwi-negative terminal. I hope it makes sense lo part. Njengoba kumuva ntoni ezi charges from i-positive terminal of i-battery zisiya kwi-negative terminal, kule ndawo ziyangqubana ii-charges, they create friction. Hope it makes sense. La friction, it causes light. Ngamanye amazwi xa unongqubekisa mhlawumbi uyayazi mos ubana when ungqubekisa amatye amabini, there is a spark that's produced, kukhona iintlantsi eziphumayo. Xa ngabana urabha izandla zakho against each other, meaning urabha izandla, you will first feel i-heat. If ungazirabha fast enough, maybe at the speed of light, kungaprodyuseka ispark, light. But it's impossible for humans uba kwenzeke loo nto. Uzawufila i-pain ungekafiki nakwi-speed of light. Hope it makes sense le nto ndizama uza nayo apha. So ndithi ibhetri likhupha as electrons. These electrons flow from negative terminal to a positive terminal. Then positive charges move from a positive terminal to a negative terminal. So yonke le motion of i-charges, it creates light kula bulb. That makes sense. If I yenze sense, phinde uyibukele le video, it will make sense. So this is how the bulb glows. So ndicacisile ke ngo-use of voltage. It makes sense. Voltage, it is the energy that is needed to push the electrons from one point to another. So i-battery is just a device elinee-electrons nee-protons okanye elinee-positive charges nee-negative charges. Kwi-negative terminal kukhona ii-electrons, kwi-positive terminal kukhona ii-positive charges. So umbane umuva from i-positive terminal uye kwintoni? Kwi-negative terminal of a battery. That kind of electricity, we call it conventional current. Conventional current, lesendithethe ngayo. Conventional current is the current that flows from a positive terminal to a negative terminal. I hope that's clear kuwe. It makes sense. I think with this introduction, I can now move on to a resistor. Ndikucacisele uba what is a resistor? Why do we even use a resistors? Hopefully yonke le nto iyayenza sense. If ayenzi sense, feel free to rewatch the video as many times as you wish. If you can subscribe to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Like, leave a comment. Thank you.